iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Hey there, everybody, it's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards. Get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. So you know what we're going to do today? We're going to talk about some FAAB. Where should we be spending money on FAAB? But we'll talk about some players, some news, some notes, what we saw yesterday. Jose Berrios, 11 strikeouts. Great start for him. Nick Tropiano with a really good start. It was good to see that for him. Jose Martinez was injured early in the week and then had 6 RBIs. We were waiting for that to happen, and it did happen. By the way, David Dahl goes onto the disabled list in AAA, so that pushes him back to, if you were expecting him to come up anytime soon, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Kevin Plawecki goes on the 10-day DL with a hairline fracture in his left hand. I think he could be out for about a month. They're saying 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to call it a month. I think that's a big issue here. And also, Chris Stratton had a really good start. And I want to talk about this start for a second. I mentioned to you yesterday in my DFS Visionary segment how much I like Stratton. And I was right. And I gave you Berrios as well. Did I not? Guys like Stratton are new. They're young. They're going to have good games and they're going to have bad ones. They're going to have starts where you're like, I love this guy. And they're going to be starts where you're like, I need this guy off my team. It's very much like Russian roulette. Right? It's very much like Russian roulette. You put a bullet in the gun, you spin the wheel, you get killed or you don't. All right? It's either the deer hunter or it's not. I don't know what to tell you with that. I can tell you what I do. I can tell you that I put these guys on my team, and if I get a feeling, if I see he's playing the Padres, I give him a shot. When he's playing the Dodgers, I probably don't. So I go on a case-by-case basis. If he has a 2-start week, I assume that 1 start is going to be good and 1 start's going to be crap. I assume that, right? I go into the week assuming that. I can't say, oh, Stratton's look good, he's going to have 2 good starts. I don't feel that way. I feel the way about Chris Sale, not Chris Stratton, right? Chris S., I feel that way about Chris Sale, not Chris Stratton. So you got to be very careful, okay? So let's get to FAAB and spending money, and I want to ask you a quick question. What did you do last week? Did you overspend? Did you look at what other people in your league spent? That's very important. I always like to see what my league is doing. Are guys spending money? Are they holding it? What are they holding it for? I don't know. But if they're bidding 60, right, in one league, I got Colin Moran for $52. Next highest bid was 15. Colin Moran's been playing pretty well, so it tells me unless a guy's a really well-known name, maybe I can get him for 30 or $40. I don't have to pay full price. And in another league, Moran didn't even get bid on. So I'm either a genius or somebody else is missing something. But maybe I don't have to go as all in as I think. So look back at last week's FAAB results and chart it out. I think it's very important even in fantasy football too. If you're in an aggressive league where people are paying a lot of money, $200, $300, $400 for guys like Jacob Barnes, you know what you need to do. If you're in a league where Jacob Barnes went for $47, you know that what you need to do there as well. You can be more cautious, right? So I will say this. At the end of the day, you need to win your league. I can't worry about the overall. I need to win my league. Now, I do worry about the overall. I do. But at the same time, I need to win my league. Right? I'm paying money. I want to win my league. I want the easy $1,500. I may not win the $100,000, but I want the $1,500. $1,500 in the hand, better than $100,000, which I can't guarantee. And there's way more teams going for it. Now, trust me, I want the $100K. I need to be your rich friend. I'm just throwing out there, I need to win my division first. We need to win my league. All right, so let's take a look at some hitters and some pitchers. I'll give you a guy who nobody's talking about. I didn't even know this guy until the beginning of the year. But have you looked at a guy named Joey Wendell? That's right, Joey Wendell, Tampa Bay Rays. He just might be their second baseman. Guy's 27. So he's not young, and he was with the A's organization for many years. But let me give you the numbers. 10 home runs, 12 stolen bases. 12 home runs, 14 stolen bases. 8 home runs, 13 stolen bases. I like what I'm seeing there. Little pop, little speed. Who do the Rays have? The Rays have crap. So he's a left-handed hitter, which means that he's going to play against righties. He could be on the strong side of a platoon with Daniel Robertson, who's not a great hitter, by the way. So keep your eye on Joey Wendell, who you may never have heard of. Here's a guy I absolutely love. Franklin Barreto. I love me some Franklin Barreto. Love him. This is a guy with monumental upside. He's 22 years old. Last year, 15 home runs, 15 stolen bases, hit 290 in AAA. The sky's the limit for this kid. The A's brought him up because Chad Pinder and Boog Powell are on the DL. He's going to need a spot. Jed Lowry is eventually going to get hurt because Jed Lowry always gets hurt. I think he'll slide into, I think shortstop's his spot, but Marcus Semion's there. So unless they move Semien to second base, they're going to have to play Barreto at second eventually. But there's going to have to be a spot for Barreto because he's that good. If he's available in your league, get him and stash him. Don't play around. Get him and stash him. You're going to have to. All right, here's another guy for you. How about a guy named Brian Goodwin? Well, Brian Goodwin is an outfielder for the Nationals. Now, Adam Eaton on the DL, shocked. Victor Robles dealing with an injury. Maybe Brian Goodwin's going to be the fourth outfielder there in Washington. I don't know if he's an amazing player, but he's a guy that you can look at, right? He's a guy that you can look at who has a little power. He has hit for some power. He does have some speed. He was out of the lineup with a sore wrist, but he's a guy I keep my eye on this weekend. Look, remember what I told you. I write names down on Friday. I don't put bids down. I just write names down. I want to look at Brian Goodwin. Am I in on him? Yeah, I don't know, but I want to write his name down. I'm interested. Here's another guy I'm interested in, Albert Almora. Yeah, I'm very interested in him. First of all, Joe Madden loves going with platoons. Albert Almora can hit lefties, and he's a really good defensive player. So, he could go into a platoon with Ian Happ, who hits righties pretty well. Kyle Schwarber's been hitting well, but Almora is a better defensive player, and Schwarber stinks in the outfield. You could see Almora getting some late game at bats. Jason Hayward also is not the end all. This guy stinks. Maybe he's a winner in the locker room, but he's a loser for a fantasy baseball team. I think Albert Almora is some guy that I'm keeping my eyeballs on. I am. I'm writing that name down just to see where he's going to end up. So I'll give you one more hitter. Just because I like this guy's name. Franchy Cordero. How do you not like a dude named Franchy? I'm loving that name. Now, Franchy Cordero, don't kid yourself. In AAA last year, when he was 22 years old, 17 home runs, 15 stolen bases, hit 326. Now, he did strike out a lot. I'm not going to say he didn't, but there's some upside there. Now, I'm not buying into Jose Perella being a great player. I'm just not. And I'm also not, the guy's 28. I'm not buying into Hunter Renfroe. But I think the ideal outfield could be Margot, Myers, and Franchy. So Franchy's going to get an opportunity now with Manuel Margot. Say that name 5 times fast. Manuel Margot. If he's going to be on the DL, Franchy's going to play. If Franchy hits, he might be in the starting lineup. So keep your eye on Franchy Cordero. All right, some pitchers to look at. First of all, my guy, my dude, Yanni Chirinos. I'm loving Yanni Chirinos. I'm telling you this guy right now. Do you know that he was the organization's minor league pitcher of the year last year? This guy doesn't walk anybody. Last year, he had like 141 strikeouts to 26 walks. Are you kidding me? Seriously, that's amazing. This year, 14 and a third, 8 hits, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks. Awesome stuff. So I think this guy's got a shot. I don't know whether he can go deep into games, and that's a problem with Yanni Chirinos. I don't think he's pitching 8 innings, but he could pitch a 5 or 6. Probably good for like 80 pitches a game. Give them 80 pitches. They pull him out. The problem is that's like the 5th inning. If they're losing, there's no way he gets the win. If they're winning, it's hardly certain that the bullpen's going to hold the win. That's the problem with Chirinos. Good player, but there's issues there. No wins. That's the issue. How about Nick Pivetta? Nick Pivetta looks pretty good. 16 innings, 19 strikeouts, 2 walks. Last year, it was 140 strikeouts to 57 walks, so he's working. He's not nibbling anymore. I like it. The guy's whip is .96. I don't think it's going to stay that way all season, but I'm interested. I picked him up in a couple of leagues last week. I like him. Here's another guy, Joey Lucchesi. Do you know what he did this week? He goes into Coors, pitches 6 innings, and strikes out 8 Rockies. You now have my attention, Joey. Joey Lucchesi, you have my attention. Is he going to be good? I don't know, but I'm interested. I'm interested in finding out. I'm interested in seeing where this train ride goes. Right? There's a guy that I want to see what he can do. When you throw those kind of numbers up, you have my attention. And I think that's a big part of it. Right? When we do waivers, who has my attention this week? This guy does because he pitched well. I'm interested. Now I do the research. Do I like what I see? Well, yeah, in the minor leagues, he's been pretty good. Right? Few hits, good walk to strikeout ratio. I'm interested. Let me watch another start. I might pay a few bucks for him this week. I might have to pay a few bucks for him this week because I may pay a lot more next week if he has another good start. Then I can't afford him. All right, couple of guys in the bullpen. There's always 2 guys in the bullpen, and my one guy this week is A.J. Minter. How good is A.J. Minter? Let me read you these numbers, okay? 6 innings, 2 hits. 6 innings, 2 hits. That's how good this guy is. Last year in Atlanta, it was 15 innings, 26 hits, 2 walks. This year, he's up to 3 walks. I'm a little nervous. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. This guy's a star. If you can get him, stash him right now. Here's another guy who looks like a possible closer, Kenyon Middleton. Got a save the other day. Now, it was a pitch for like 1 2/3 innings. That I don't like, but I think there's a committee going on right now in L.A. Blake Parker stinks. Cam Bedrosian's good. Kenyon Middleton's very good. He's 24. He throws the ball really hard. I think he's in the conversation. He might be out there in your league, and if he is, I think you should scoop him up. Okay? So 2 guys for you at the back end of the bullpen, Minter and Middleton. The M's, I'd be looking there. I'd also be looking at scoutdfs.com. How hot is Fuego Steve? How hot is Jaguar Lou? Guys are producing. It's already April. That's amazing. I'm so proud of them. Proud of Renner. Proud of Robbie Garriak for producing great content every day on that site. They do an exceptional job. And how about what we do for the season-long players at scoutfantasysports.com? You have questions in the forums, we'll answer them. I answer questions daily. People put questions in, boom, I get right back to you. I know Ronas does the same. Half the time I go in there, I see the question, Ronas already has the answer in there. That's great. Love seeing that. Right? We are catering to you because we want you to be successful. All right, guys. So remember the plan this weekend. Write the names down tonight, maybe early tomorrow. Watch over the weekend. Study up. See FAAB. Be aggressive, but don't be crazy. Get the guy you need, but don't overbid. We need some money for later on because this is a marathon and not a sprint. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friend. Back with so much more next week. This is Dr. Roto telling you to be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!